Hey there YouTube, welcome back to another Black Powder update. I finished another unit and that brings me another step closer to completely finishing the project. I've completed a unit of British Dragoons and I'll in a few seconds take you down and give you a look at them, and then I'll probably do a shorter second video of just showing you the entire division, the entire brigade. It's quite a small brigade, it's only like three units of cavalry and a commanding officer, so it's quite small in comparison. Just a little extra note, a big thank you to British Legion. I did receive my my giveaway prize, some Dystopian Wars Commonwealth frigates or cruisers, I can't remember, but yeah, thanks for that. That was a real surprise. Anyway, let's get down to the workbench and I'll show you the unit. Catch you in a second. Bye bye. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the painting desk, and here before you I have my latest unit. These guys are the 12th Light Dragoons, or also known as the 12th Prince of Wales Light Dragoons. So let's give you the blurb on them, shall we? So these guys, like I say, are the 12th Light Dragoons, also known as the Prince of Wales, and they are from the 4th British Cavalry Brigade, and they're led by Lieutenant Colonel the Honourable F.C. Posenby. So that's them, and like again, I think I've mentioned that these guys are 28. Not 20. I'm not bothering with scale. You know what they are. Perry's metals. So yet another metal cavalry unit. I've actually done all, literally out of all my cavalry units I've done for this project, only the Warlord Blues are actually plastic. All the others are all metal, and mostly Perry's, along with 2 or 3 front rank. So I'm pretty proud that I added all, in fact actually this whole project, which I tried to make as much metal as possible, and I've done a really good job. I think literally all the plastic, out of all the infantry, there's only one, maybe one, probably in total maybe just over 1 battalion of plastics, and everything else is all metal. All the command, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 6 and a half battalions out of 8 are all metal. So I'm pretty chuffed at doing that. You know, that's what I set myself, and that's what I did. So I'm pretty chuffed at that. So let's go back to these guys. Again, you can see that I went for my classic pack choices of 2 charging and 1 with shoulders sabred, and you can see that it makes a nice little sort of, I think it makes the actual regiment as a whole, or squadron as a whole, look really quite cool. You have the whole front rank charging, you have the 2 guys on the flanks charging, and then you have the NCO giving his commands, and then you have the 3 guys shouldered that are kind of in the middle and not actually going to be engaging quite yet. So they're kind of at the ready. So let's go in and give you a closer look at them. So I went for horse colours choices. I went for bays and chestnuts for these guys. And straight up, you can see we have a bay and a chestnut. Again, using my classic horse painting style, which you can find videos of on my channel. You know, it's a very quick way of producing a really nice looking horse, I think. I mean, I know contrast paints do a good job, and I've got to say that if I ever do decide to get some contrast paints, I'd like to find a way of implementing the contrast paints into the way that I normally paint a horse, because I think they could, you know, they might be able to save you a step. I mean, to tell the truth, most of them are only 3 or 4 steps anyway. But you know, it might save you a bit of time, or it might even look better. Because you know, I'm not a big fan of the main reason why I'm not a big fan of contrast paints is because it's basically an easy way out. You know, it's like you can just slap some, you know, paint it white or undercoat it white and slap contrast paints on and it's done. And to me, that's not what these guys deserve. You know, you pay big bucks for metal figures, and they're not cheap. You know, I mean, this unit was getting on for £40. It's not cheap at all. And I think it would be sacrilege to just slap contrast paint on them. You know, if you spend that sort of money on a unit, then you've got to do your best job on it. You know, if you just use, you know, no, I'm not trying to down people that just use contrast paints, because obviously they've got their place. You know, if you want to slap stuff onto the table quick and it you know, it does look presentable. I'm not maybe not a massive fan of the shine, but as long as you you know, tone that shine down, then I think they look perfectly perfectly good. But at the same time, my mentality is that if you're going to spend that much money on in a unit, then they deserve to have your best, for you to give 110% of your painting ability to them, and when they're finished, I think it shows, and you know, and you can be really proud of them. But yeah, so these guys are just one of the flank guys. You can see they've got the yellow stripe, they've got yellow facings. I've got to say, for cavalry guys, these guys weren't too bad to paint. Did start off, you know, struggling a little bit, as I do with all cavalry guys. But after, I think I struggled for like the first 6, and then I really stepped up on the final 6. And I was actually cracking out 3, and also undercoating the next 3, or getting the base colours on in a sort of a day's painting session, which was you know, really good. And you can see these guys have got their musketoons or their carbines on their horses and not on their clips, which are, if you look carefully at the belts, you can see they've got the actual clip there. So if they want to use their carbines, they can actually take it off of their horse and attach it to their belts, and it would hang by their sides. So that's quite cool. But yeah, that's the first stand. Let's go for the NCO stand next. Now the main difference, the NCO kind of looks exactly like a normal trooper, but there is actually a difference. If you look carefully at his sort of his belt, you'll see that the troopers have got a yellow belt with blue stripes, and the NCO has got a yellow belt with red stripes. And that's really, apart from his sergeant stripes, the only way you can really tell that he's a sergeant. But yeah, nice command figure. And also he's the sub commander. If I wanted to split them down into 2 smaller units, and he's joined by a shouldered guy, and it looks like these guys are both bays for these 2. Again, quite easy saddle arrangements. I didn't bother trying to do the words on the things, and I also I think that they're actually supposed to have a little, like, kind of a gold edging around the actual whatever this thing's called, but I didn't bother in the end. I thought, you know, I forgot it first, and I thought, well, you know, I don't know, I just can't be bothered. I'm not going to bother. I don't think it detracts from the figures any. I'm overall pretty chuffed with them, to tell the truth. And like I say, these guys finish off the brigade. Let's go for the final 2. You can also see that I used my hot glue method on the base to give it some 3D texture, and again, it's worked really, really well. It's the first time I've used it on cavalry, and I think it's come out really cool. I also put a couple of bits of slate rock in. You can see that it makes a really nice textured ground. It really looks like they're kicking through the dirt. I'm very, very pleased with how that turned out. And of course, these guys have got couple of chestnuts on these boys. So that is the rear rank. Let's start on the front rank now. So here we have the two of the charging guys. Looks like we've got one chestnut and one bay. I love the yellow stripe down the leg. I actually used yellow ochre, and I added a little mixture of deep yellow in to give it that sort of extra vibrancy. Very pleased with how they came out, to tell the truth. So that is the front left of the charging front. Let's go for the other side. Again, similar sort of positions. Couple of chestnut horses, and other than that, just two bog standard troops. So that is the right side, and then finally the command. Of course, always my favourite unit. So here we have the Bugler, giving him a white grey horse this time round, and the Bugler is basically the same colours as a normal trooper, apart from the fact he has a red pom-pom on top of his shako. And the officer, you can see he's got a silver sling with his cartridge case, and he has silver epaulets and silver chin strap, where the guys have sort of a brassy or gold gilded. And I've also tried to put the royal insignia on the side. I think it came out pretty cool actually, because at first I wasn't going to bother because it looked quite an intricate design, but I just went for like an approximation. I think it came out really cool in the end. You can see it on that side too. I think it. I mean, it's nothing like the real thing, but it just kind of resembles it, and I think it turned out really cool. So yeah, that's, and the officer also has like a gold and red belt, where the troopers have yellow. The troopers and the NCOs have yellow belts. So that is, and of course, gold on the shako, gold ribbon and gold lace rather, and a gold insignia on the officer. So that is the 12th. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with a little video showing you the whole division as a whole, or the brigade rather. So I'll do a little bit of waffling on the end of my next video, because I have got a few things to say. So I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.